talk about two wonderful countries that are from Africa. That's when I say we are going to talk about our continent. We are going to talk about two wonderful countries, that is Kenya and Nigeria. And we want to talk about their differences. But all Africa, we are the same. Hi guys, hope you are doing well. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, the first time to be here in my channel, you are most welcome. Like the video and leave a sweet comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for always coming back and watch my videos. I see you all when you come back and watch my amazing videos. So today we want to talk about our lovely continent, the continent of Africa. Yes, we love our own. We are Africans and we are proud to be Africans. So today we want to talk about two wonderful countries that are from Africa. That's when I say we are going to talk about our continent. We are going to talk about two wonderful countries, that is Kenya and Nigeria. And we want to talk about their differences. But all Africa, we are the same. But there have few differences that we want to share. Good differences, of course, that we want to talk about today. Yeah, let's go ahead right on into our topic of the day. So welcome back. So today we want to talk about the two countries, and we want to start first of all with their location. Where are these two countries located? They are differently located. One is in the eastern part of Africa, that is Kenya, is in the eastern part of Africa, bordering Uganda, Tanzania, what do we call it, Somali and Ethiopia. Where the other one, that is Nigeria, is in the western part of Africa, bordering Chad, Niger, Cameroon, yeah, and Benin, such kind of countries. So they are differently apart. One in the west and the other one in the eastern part of Africa. Yes, having different locations, they have different things that I do. Let's start with the food. You know, as I always tell you, me and food, we are friends. So let's talk about food. What do they eat? They have amazing, amazing cuisines. When we talk of Kenya, they have very sweet and delicious food. They have their nyama choma. Kenya is very famous for nyama choma, and they love their nyama choma. They have their ugali. They have their mukimo. They have their rice. They have their so many. The one ugali, by the way, is one of the staple food in Kenya. So they have different kind of food in Kenya. So is in West Africa, that is Nigeria. Nigeria have also wonderful and amazing cuisines. They have very nice dishes. They are famous for jollof. They are famous for their fried rice. Yeah, they are famous for what do you call it, pounded yam, egusi, suya. They have all these sweet delicacies that I have here in Nigeria, and they cook very, very wonderful. If you taste, hey, delicacies from these two wonderful countries, they have delicious delicacies. But one country does not mostly use pepper a lot, and that is Kenya. They use very small, but not like Nigeria. Nigerians love pepper, and pepper makes food so delicious here in Nigeria as they cook their delicacies and they put pepper and they put other spices. It tastes so nice, and you love it. So Nigerians love pepper, where Kenya don't use a lot of pepper, just there, not too much. So this is just a slight difference of the two countries. I told you. Me and foodie, we are friends. That's why I had to start there. So when we talk of the locations there, Nigeria have states, while Kenya have counties. Yeah, these two countries don't have the same way how they say their locations. Like, I'm in this state, I'm in this county. In Kenya they say counties, while in Nigeria they say states. So this is the difference right there. When I first came here, I embarrassed myself very, very well, because of when I was going to enter moto, as they call it here in Nigeria. I was rushing to the driver's seat instead of the passenger seat, because they drive differently. The driver's seat in Kenya is on the right seat, and the driver's seat in Nigeria is on the left seat. So when you come to these countries, how the way they drive is so different, because one is on the right and the other one's on the left. Nigeria is on the left and Kenya is on the right. The driver's seats are differently. So when you come here, you'll be like, is it my side? Or, it is the driver's side. That one confused me a lot. But now I know, I've become an expert on this. So I know they are different, but very, very okay. Let's talk about transportation. Kenya have their matatu, the famous matatu. Eh? The ones which have very nice graffiti. They love their graffiti. The matatus have their graffiti, well decorated, nice music. If you love loud music, we call it traveling disco, loud music. That's kind of matatu. And they also have Wi-Fi inside, and they love it. They also have a way how they commute, yeah. But also in Nigeria, they have their BRT, the city, they have it, and now even they have the red line. So they are doing very well. And they also have BRT. BRT have been in existence in Nigeria for quite some time. So they are doing very well, especially in a big city like Lagos. Lagos transportation is so diverse that at least you have way, you not be stuck in one side. You can move with BRT, you can use your blue line, you can use your red line, you can use your waterways. You can use your waterways from from moving one location to another. So their transportation are the same and kind of different, because you see Nigeria have ways you can move around because they have water in Lagos, and you can use your blue line, you can use your red line and BRT. Well, Kenya, yes, they have their matatu, but they have also not done their BRT, but it's already almost to be complete. So they will be very, very okay when they come to transportation. So these two countries are pushing themselves forward, and they are doing very well, though differently sweet, but they are both trying to do it very, very well. Let's talk about their culture. Oh, they are very wonderful countries. These two countries, my goodness, culture has Kenya has a wonderful, wonderful culture. We have so many tribes. So is Nigeria. Nigeria is a big country, so it has a lot of tribes. So is Kenya, and these tribes in Kenya have different way, traditional way, the way how they do their own life. Culturally, they are different. Nigeria the same way. Culturally, they're different. So when you come to Masai, Kenya have their Masai with their cultural way of life. The Kikuyus, they have Luos, they have Kambas, and so many other tribes. So is in Nigeria. There are so many tribes in Nigeria, and the way they do their life traditionally is also so different. So their culture is different, yes, but they have a very, very rich culture. Like in Nigeria, their culture is also very rich. Yeah, this tribe will do it their own way. When they come to dressing, they can dress. So when they come to their food, traditional food, very, very nice. So every country have the way they do their things culturally, but differently, and also very, very nice. As Africans, we have our own culture, how we do our things, how we do our wedding, how we do our funeral, how we do our naming ceremony. So many things that we do in Africa, but different in these two countries. So every country is very, very rich in their culture. Culture is very, very rich in Africa. So let's talk about their tourism. These two countries, their tourism is very rich. Kenya is known for their wild safaris. They have great safaris. They have very wonderful park. It's the only country in Africa that has a park within the city. Just a few minutes from the city, you have a park there. And it's so great to have something like that in Kenya. So they are very, very good when it comes to tourism. They do very, very well. They have Giraffe Center, they have Masai Mara, they have the Great Wall Beast. So they are doing very, very well when it comes to tourism. Well, also in Nigeria, when it comes to tourism, they have amazing places that you can go and watch. They have Reki conservation where you can go and watch animals there in Reki conservation. They have the famous Aso Rock in Abuja. Hey, let's not forget the Lagos nightlife. The Lagos nightlife is amazing. So there are so many ways that they do when it comes to tourism, and so many great things that you can see in these two countries. If you have never been to Nigeria, visit Nigeria. That famous mosque that is in Abuja, you can go and check it out. You can go and also and check in Kenya. So these countries, that's why I'm telling you, Africa is so blessed and so rich, and God has given us so many things. So Nigeria has so many places you can go and watch when it comes to tourism. And also Kenya, there are so many places you can go. If you want to go to sunny beaches in Kenya, you can go to coastal area where you can see sunny beaches there, to Mombasa, to Malindi, so many places. And also in Nigeria, when you come to Lagos, you have beautiful waters where you have beautiful beaches. You can go and relax. So the two countries are doing amazingly well. Differently, yes, but amazingly well when it comes to tourism. Let's talk of sports. As I'm practicing my dancing skills. Wow, Kenya is doing amazingly well when it comes to sport. We have marathoners. They are there in Kenya. They run short run, and they also have we have long distance runners. Forgiving because maybe I'm speaking too fast. We have long distance runners and short distance runners in Kenya. So they are doing very, very well when it comes to running. They are doing amazing. They are known all over the world for that. In fact, someone asked me the other day, "Are you from Kenya? Hey, so you can run very fast." I just look at myself, say, "Oh God, yo, how much upon me, yo, where can I run that fast?" It's not everybody in Kenya who can run that fast. But there are people who have that gift of running, and they can run with their gold medals. Yeah, they are doing amazingly well. Well, in Nigeria, they are known for football. They are very, very good in football. Hey, these people, they are representing us very well because they are very good in football. So when it comes to sports, these countries are also doing amazingly well because you can see they are doing fantastic. Because you can see in Nigeria, when it comes to football, they do football very well. They are very, very, very good footballers. But when it comes to running, Kenya also can run very, very well. That is how I see these amazing countries. Let's go to climate. Hey, I'm here outside. As you can see, I want to enjoy this breeze. The weather is amazing. Nigeria is warm compared to Kenya. Most of the time in Kenya, it is cold, especially when it comes to, it's not all places in Kenya that are cold. Some places are warm, but Kenya is cold compared to Nigeria because Nigeria is warmer compared to Kenya. But it's not all parts of Kenya that are cold. When you go to coastal area like Mombasa, Malindi, that kind of places, coastal area where we have the Indian Ocean, they are warm. They are warm like in Nigeria. In fact, sometimes it's warmer than here in Nigeria. Although we have rainy seasons, yes, we have different type of seasons. And even as in Nigeria is the same, they have different type of seasons. But our climate is different because Nigeria is warmer than Kenya. But also in Nigeria, I've come to learn that there are places which are very cold. Leave your comment down below the coldest parts in Nigeria. They have told me that some parts in Nigeria are very cold. That is not everywhere in Nigeria where it is warm. Because I remember I was in Lagos and I was doing video. I say, the weather I love the weather for Nigeria because even when it rains, you not feel cold. That it has rained and you can still walk, you're not wearing your sweater, is not cold. So as in Kenya, when it rains, arm yourself, especially in Nairobi, a central part of Kenya, because it's cold. You have to wear your jacket, you'll be very warm and wear your shoes. The way I wear sandals here and I'm enjoying myself, it's not all the time that I can do that in Kenya. So their climate is different. One is warmer than the other, although not all parts of Kenya that are cold, some parts are warmer, so is in Nigeria. So their climate is different. Come to the economy of these two countries. Kenya mostly depend on agriculture. It's very good to agriculture. They do a lot of farming in large scale. They farm very, very well. So most of what they consume is what they grow. So they also export agricultural products very, very well. They also have cash crops like tea, they have coffee. Yes, they are doing very well in that sector, but what mostly they rely on is agriculture. When it comes to Nigeria, they have oil. This is where they have a lot of oil and they export a lot of oil. So when to come to the two countries, they are depending on different things for their economy to grow because Nigeria has a lot of oil. And I'll see behind me, as you can see here, this is a palm tree. So they have a lot of palm oil here in Nigeria. That's a palm tree right there, growing by all by itself. Nobody planted it. So Nigeria has a lot of palm trees. Kenya don't have a lot of palm trees. In fact, if you know an area in Kenya where it's doing very well with palm trees, maybe very few. But wherever you go in Nigeria, palm oil is available because they have a lot of palm trees. They have a lot of cocoa here in Nigeria. If you have not watched that video where I was showing that they have a lot of cocoa in Nigeria, kindly go and watch that video as you watch this one. Oh, so they have different things that grows their country economically, because Kenya has ways how they do their own way economically, because they also depend on tourism because it's huge in Kenya. So is Nigeria. They have a lot of oil, and oil also has a lot of money. So their GDP is higher than also for Kenya when it comes to Nigeria. So these are the things that they do differently. They are found in these two amazing countries differently, and I'm really enjoying doing this video. I'm enjoying it because I'm loving how you can be two different countries blessed differently, and they are both doing amazingly well. When it comes to Nigeria, how do you pay your bills, especially your house rent? Here in Nigeria, this country, it always amazes me. Oh, it always amazes me. Oh. You pay once a year when you go and face your landlord. Landlord, oh, I've come to pay my house rent. You pay once a year. That is how they pay their house rent here. Yes, other bills they can pay. They pay monthly if you want to pay for electricity, if you want to pay for your water. But see, oh, most of the people in Nigeria, they have their boreholes, so they have their own wells, so which is totally different in Kenya, because people are not allowed to have boreholes everywhere. But in Nigeria, they are lucky you can have your own things. You can be self-reliant. You can rely on your own things. That is so different from Kenya, because it's not everybody who can have their own well or have their own borehole, especially boreholes in Kenya. The government does not allow that, especially boreholes. But in Nigeria, if you have your own money, you can dig your own borehole and continue to use your own water for life. So is house rent. House rent here is so differently done, because in Kenya is every month you must face your landlord. Every month you must face your landlord and pay your house rent. So bills are paid differently in Kenya, because you pay your house rent, you pay your electricity, you pay your water, and all bills are paid monthly. But in Nigeria it's different. At least when you pay your house rent, for me, I prefer for Nigeria style, because when I pay my house rent once a year, I can focus on other development that I can do, that I can say, I've paid my house rent for this 1 year. Now maybe I'm planning for opening a business, or I'm planning on buying plot of land, or educating these children something. So you grow, because at least a year you have a gap of 12 months that you can do something. But in Kenya, you have a race every month. Though you have a race that you have to pay your house rent, you have to pay your electricity, your water, your everything is monthly. Kenya is done monthly. Or in Nigeria, some things are done monthly, yes, and some things are done yearly, like house rent. Although there are some places where I understand they pay house rent every month, here in Nigeria, it will depend on the state where you are. Some big cities like Lagos and Abuja, there are people who ask for the rent every month. But mostly in Nigeria, it's done yearly. So that is something that I've seen and realized is quite different from our side, that is Kenya. So I'd like to end my video here. Yeah. And I've really enjoyed myself talking about these two beautiful things about these two amazing countries. I'm not comparing them. It's just those small differences that are here and there. You cannot compare brothers and sisters. Yeah, we are one. Africa, we are one. Is a beautiful and amazing country. So today I just wanted to talk about a few things that I see that are different from one country to another. That is Kenya and Nigeria. And if you have not subscribed to my channel and you have watched this far, please kindly subscribe to my channel so that you can see more amazing and wonderful videos from my channel. If you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support, for your love. I see you all, and bye, and see you on the next one.